Good morning, guys. Welcome to Butte Mountain Homestead. Today I'm going to do a little just kind of random maintenance stuff. Not sure I'm going to get to any weeds today. They're still going to be there. We may get rain. Let's see, I'm filming this on a Thursday. You'll see it on Monday. But the following Friday, or the Friday of that week, we're supposed to possibly get some rain. And after this weekend, we're supposed to be starting to get cooler for us. So down in the 80s, possibly the 70s, and then low in the 50s at night. So I'm looking forward to that. We're supposed to be 99 today. We've been in the over 100 this week. So things have suffered for it. But why I'm filming the willow down there is Gene was coming back on the service road the other day, and he noticed there was a geyser like going off by the willow. So one of the emitters popped. So, and I have one that popped in the cottage garden. So I'm going to fix the emitters on that while I'm out here. So all that water got shut off. Oops, sorry, hand in front of the thing. I'm talking with my hands. So this hasn't been on a timer. Well, this doesn't anyways. I manually do that. But the roses and all of this hasn't been watered in the last couple of days. So I need to get that watered. So I'm going to fix the emitter on that. And then I am going to stake down and put emitters on that tubing that I put in a while ago. I'm going to do that. I've already ran that water, but it won't hurt to run it some more. And then, yeah, the raspberries need it. All of this needs water. So I'm going to get that done very quickly. And then tonight I'm going to mow. And then I'm going to, I have 3 mums that I had bought for autumn display in the cottage garden. And they're pretty toasty. So I'm going to get those planted. They're right here. They look haggard. I'm going to cut them back and I'm going to plant them. I'm going to use the Biotone starter fertilizer. And I'm just going to place some because they're the fall colors. So I'm going to place them pretty much kind of just in this area right here. There's only 3 of them. So I might just do, you know, 1 here or there. So just 1 here, 1 in the middle, and then 1 down there. So I'm going to do that. Then I'll go out to the cottage garden and replace that emitter. Looks like the beets are coming up, so I will show you that. Yeah, the lawn's pretty dry, and this time of year we have to be very, very careful with our water, especially with it being this hot. It usually is hot for us in October, but when we had that week of cool weather, we thought, well, maybe things changed, but they didn't. So I do need to come out here and mow. And I need to get things watered. So that's probably what I'm going to do tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on how tired I am. Now, because of all this heat, I haven't been able to get in and prune and divide the agapanthus or cut back the irises because of the presence of snakes, rattlesnakes. It's still really, really warm. So there's a chance that they're there. So I'm going to wait till it's cool. Actually, probably the first overcast cool day where I maybe have to wear a sweatshirt, that's when I like to do it. So it'll not be done in one day, that's for sure. Anyways, I'm going to get after that. We did do some maintenance on the spa, and we don't run it in the summertime because it's so hot, and the wasps are on this porch are just cranky, and then the mosquitoes, and then the gnats, and then the frogs. It's just... Oh, and truth be told, when we had a power outage, we usually have to go back and manually turn the spot back on, and we forgot to do that. So it was a little on the swampy. So it got drained, scrubbed within an inch of its life, and sterilized, and everything's good to go. So we got to enjoy that a couple nights ago. But, oh, and another thing, I'm going to turn the camera around just so, I mean, I do have yard working stuff on, so just keep that in mind. So, hi there. So this morning, I wanted you to see my face to see that I've kind of recovered from it, but this last week or two, the kittens have just destroyed my craft room. the pretty room that it took me, what, a couple months to do and make pretty, they destroyed it. They pulled the curtains off the wall, which, you know, those little kits you buy to hang those rods, those little tiny nails are like this big. They don't go into anything, especially where you have to hang them. So they were pretty flimsy at most anyways, but the kittens had pulled one down. One kitten got into my little wax burner thing, so he got wax on his foot, he got wax on the wall and the floor. 3 cats using a litter box. I'm just going to leave that at that. They were all over my workstation, all over my desk, knocking papers over. I mean, I've just about, I mean, I had it. I was just almost to tears, and, you know, 7:30 this morning, I needed a Calgon moment, that's for sure. I told Jean, so I'm about ready to lose my cool. Those aren't the words I used, but anyways, so I rage cleaned at 7:30 this morning, kicked all the animals out, and, you know, and they're all wanting to play because they're on a schedule now, so the room is now clean. I figured out a way to hang those little curtain hangers. The curtains are in the wash. Got the wax scraped off. The kitty somehow has gotten the wax off himself, off his legs. It didn't, it was just on the surface, and it's those little Scentsy burners, so it's really not that hot. So anyways, it's off of him, but so everything's clean and back in order. And I used one of those really heavy duty 3M like double-sided little stick pads. They're like super glue pretty much, so I just used those, and I just grabbed some longer nails, and it's not going anywhere. So like I said, curtains are in the wash, everything is cleaned, vacuumed, scrubbed. I feel better. Was even able to play some nice music in there, but and with my seeds, they'd gotten into my seeds, and they were just everywhere. They tore open seed packets, seeds I saved like in paper towel and put in a baggie, destroyed. It just looked absolutely chaotic in there, so hence the rage clean. So anyways, I'm over it now. It's clean, so now I can come outside and work on some stuff. So I'm going to turn you back around. Anywho, so I'm going to walk down here, and hopefully, yeah, the morning glory or bindweed is just, I need to deadhead. Yeah, look at the growth in there. I'm so excited. Yeah, it's not gonna hurt if I give it more water. So yeah, I'm just gonna tack that down, put an emitter on it, make sure the emitter gets everything. That is downhill, so if it's ran for a little bit, it will eventually get all of that. I might put a bigger emitter on the Gara. We're gonna ignore all that business, but let's see where. Now, if the phone drops, you'll know why. Because of, you'll hear a snake before, or we'll hear it before I see it, but I want to see where, you know what, I might have to turn the water on to see where it's missing, because there isn't an emitter down there. There's just like a spaghetti line. So, let me pause you for a second and I'll see if I can find it. Found it. It is right there. So you know what? I don't think I even need one there, so I might just put a plug in there. And there's no way I'm going to find the top to that. I might look, but there's no way I'm going to find it, especially if it pops. I mean, it might be over here somewhere, but yep, I need to fix it anyways, because this stuff in here needs that water. So I'm going to fix all that while I'm down here. Okay, it'll take a couple minutes to work its way down here. I hear it. Here it comes. But see, I did some out there. I did, I think, 3 over there. They're the blue ones, the ones with blue caps. Yep, here they go. Which that'll help the willow too. Now, I'm not sure the water pressure is now high enough. It is not. Okay, so let me go turn that up. Hold on. Oh, actually, I just need to give it a second because it has to go all the way over to there. I forgot. But I still don't think it's high enough. Nope. So let me go turn it up. Okay, I have the water up pretty high. And the emitters are up as probably as high as they can go without popping off. So I think I have, which it shouldn't be, but I think I have too much run on it. I think it goes too far. So for right now, I'm going to leave it because if anything, it does saturate the ground, which is fine, but it's not doing the coverage that I want. So I'm going to have to supplement water until I get it figured out. I don't know what I'm going to do other than running another line. So I may have to do that, but let's see. Yeah, the water's hardly coming out at all. And I think I have that one turned up pretty high. Yeah, I do. Before it'll pop off. So, like I said, at least it saturates the ground. And then when I sprinkle it over waters. But one nice thing I like to see is, see all those little baby Rudbeckia right here? They're all black-eyed Susans. All reseeded themselves. So what I'll do here when it gets cool is I'll transplant those into other spots because I don't want them on the edge of the grass. Then they turn out like that. Those are getting divided and moved as it is. So, okay guys, I'm going to work on a couple more things. I did, that's a bummer. Really is. But, I did get that staked down and I got some emitters put on. I did pull some morning glory. But I noticed, and it must have been in one of the seed packets that I spread, but these little tufts are everywhere. And those aren't weeds. See, they're right there. So I'm anxious to see what those end up being. So yeah, as soon as this cycle is done over here, then I will run this and see where there's any problems. But see, the drip line goes right here, and it came out pretty far. So if I would have let that run a little bit more, it would have probably traveled down more. And I did replace the emitter on there. So what I might have to do eventually is run another either spray emitter down to that corner and one to this corner, but we'll see. At least I have that for right now, so that's at least what I had set out to do. So I'm going to clean up my mess over here. I'm not going to worry about the morning glory that I'm looking at. See, I already pulled all these piles. See all the morning glory? So I'm going to go take a little cup of coffee, and then I'm going to go over to the cottage garden, and then by then Jean should be home for lunch. So I will be back in a bit. Hi guys, it is the next day. Let's see, I got a lot done on the west side yesterday, but it was lots of little tiny stuff. We had to hand pull a lot of weeds. Some of them were going to go to seed, some already had. So Jean and I kind of divided and conquered, and we did about an hour until our backs were just aching from bending over. But today I'm going to harvest green beans, and I should have enough to do a batch, so I'm kind of excited. It's just their string, so you have to pull the string, so that's the only time consuming part really. And then I'm going to harvest some tomatoes, and I'm hoping to have enough to do a small batch of sauce in the next couple days between the red ones, you know, the regular slicer tomatoes, and then the Amish paste with the chickens haven't gotten to. I do need to prop up the cloth on the beets just to give them a little bit of airflow. I mean, air can go through that, but I just want to kind of get it off the ground. Let's see, I just harvested a monster zucchini, so I divided it in half between these girls and the little girls. They like them, so I have to go this way around the asparagus jungle. Actually, I see some young asparagus in there, so I might snag a couple. But yeah, there's so many green beans on here. So many. And I did harvest one honeydew. I'm going to pull the cantaloupe today, but yeah, look at all these green beans. Look at all of them. So I'm going to get those harvested. and just do a little bit of cleanup and then work on that drip emitter out there in the cottage garden. So I will show you as I go along. Okay, well, all you can, excuse the shadow, all you can see is tomatoes on top, but the beans are about half that basket. I did get some basil. My arms are starting to itch, and then I picked tomatoes and now they're really itching, so I need to go wash my arms really good. Yeah, I always forget, and I need to wear my gloves and long sleeves when I'm dealing with plants. So yeah, my hands get really red and itchy and blotchy. They itch really bad right now, so I'm going to go ahead and wash up, and I'm going to come back out and fix that emitter. And I did hand water that over there, but I got the cover on the beets picked up a little bit, and I did notice there's some sunflowers germinated. There is some beets starting to come through, some beet seeds. I think there's better germination down here. Let me see real quick here. Yeah, see, there's some beets. So I think we might have a beet harvest after all, hopefully. And then the seedlings died again. I am so mad over the seedlings. It's the weather and not being able to keep them perfect. And then they dry out, or the soil temperature gets too hot. So I might, because this next week, not this week, but the following week is supposed to be cool, is I might try them one more time. They might get late putting in the ground, but that'll be okay. I usually have like a month or month and a half layover between beds anyways when it comes to the broccoli and cauliflower. And I'm doing cabbage too, so I think I'll be alright. It's just a late start, which I really didn't want. I just don't want to buy starts. Ends up being like $1 a plant. So, I mean, yes, I can walk out to my garden and harvest it, but it is the same price as the store. It's a little bit less, so there is that. So we'll see. If they don't germinate, I do have plans to be up in that area where the nursery is around that time. So if they don't germinate, then I will just get starts from the nursery. So, alrighty guys, I am going to wrap this video up. It was kind of a little bit of hodgepodge. Oh, I did pull one of the cantaloupe plants, and the chickens are in there just having a heyday right now, which is what I want them to do. So they've decimated my celery plants. I mean, decimated them. So I need to get those in a bag and take down to the trash. Not sure if I'm going to keep the beans or not. I'm going to see how many I get. I have a feeling I'm going to get 2 batches. So if I do pints, which is what we kind of like, it's that does 1 meal for us. I might get 2 batches of pints, so that'd be 18 jars. So I might get 18 jars. So we'll see. All right, guys. So yeah, and I had to pick some of the Amish paste tomatoes a little bit early because the chickens are just in there eating them. So there's the cottage garden right there. So, alright guys, I will see you on the next video. I hope you made it this far. So just remember to always be kind and do what makes you happy. Thanks guys. Bye.